So I'm Dido Dunlop, and I'm an enthusiastic long-time eco-feminist. Yes, and I lived in eco-villages with permaculture for many years, but not eco-feminism, except for me. The extra piece that ecofeminism does is it looks at the deep roots of why we're not living in beautiful permaculture environment all the time. What is the problem and how can we make something beautiful of it? So the problem, as ecofeminism sees it, is that patriarchy is how we live now. It's killing us. We need to find an alternative. Patriarchy doesn't like to be associated with anything feminine. If you're a real man, you don't behave like a woman. And how they see women is this, it doesn't have to be just women, but in patriarchy it is. How they see women is caring, nurturing, mothering, just like nature does. Women and nature come in one package because nature is a mother and women are mothers. So none of that in patriarchy, please, we don't want it. So ecofeminism says, actually, we need it because the ways of nature, the laws of nature are the laws of nature. Living in patriarchy is trying to live beyond the laws of nature somehow, according to the laws of man. It doesn't work. Look what's happening. So ecofeminism says, how can we live with the laws of nature? All of us, we're all Mother Nature's children, not just women. And that means finding a way to live with caring, cooperation, caring for nature. Yeah. So a lot of women who are ecofeminists do that, which is fantastic. And there's also a system which is very like, it's actually a design system like permaculture is, if you look at the system of how we would live based on those values and ways of being, interdependence and cooperation, we get we can use it as a design system just like permaculture, and that's how it comes out very similar to permaculture in the end. And a beautiful thing about this is that we find that many, many indigenous cultures still operate this way, and we can learn from them. They live with nature, understand it's the way to work with nature, both looking after nature, the forests and the rivers and so forth, but also how nature operates that we can reflect in our human relationships. Because they both go together. You can't have just land and not human relationships in this mode, yeah? So we can really learn. We need to learn without colonizing, without sort of taking over something. We need to make a version of this that's going to work for our modern world and that everybody can do, not just Indigenous people, but all of us. So it's a very creative task at the moment to find that way, to use those old principles and find how we can live like that. And permaculture, of course, really helps because it provides a lot of the sort of detail of how to work with that system, physically and with social and spiritual permaculture. So it's a beautiful combination. Beautiful. I love it.